if I'm not mistaken, I think that some of you guys were cheering for me, so I appreciate it a lot. And I hope you guys enjoy the next match. But thank you for cheering for me for now.
Win or lose tomorrow, I think it's great for me to learn. Obviously, facing a player like Coco is, something people like would kill to do.
Yeah, thank you guys for all the support. Super happy to be playing with Alex, and hope you guys can keep.
Eala and her supporters have done it yet again, and this time they showed up in the biggest possible way for Coco Gauff in her match against Mertens. The energy inside the stadium was electric, and a major reason for that was the massive presence of Eala's devoted fan base. These fans did not come to remain silent. They came to be loud, and they delivered, cheering for Coco Gauff on every single ball strike and backing her as if she were one of their own. The atmosphere was truly unbelievable, and it genuinely influenced how the match played out. When Coco Gauff walked away with the victory over Mertens, she did not hesitate to recognize the role Eala's fans played in that win. She stepped forward, looked into the stands, and sincerely thanked every Eala supporter who was there backing her during that crucial contest. But she did not stop with just gratitude. Coco went one step further. She openly acknowledged that the star power surrounding Eala is absolutely real. That is not a minor statement coming from someone of Coco Gauff's stature. When a champion of Coco's caliber looks at a rising talent and says, "Yes, this person is a phenomenon," it carries enormous weight. It confirms what Eala's fans have believed all along, and it sends a clear message to the entire tennis world that this young woman from the Philippines is not merely a feel-good story. She is a legitimate force to be taken seriously. Then came the press conference where Eala herself elevated the moment even more. She stood before the media and spoke honestly, stating that she believes there is no greater opportunity in her career right now than the chance to face Coco Gauff on the court in a competition of this scale. Those words carried real impact. She said that playing against Coco is a dream come true and described it as the kind of opportunity an athlete would do anything to experience. Consider what that reveals about Eala's mindset. She is not intimidated by Coco Gauff. She is energized by the challenge. She views it as an honor. And that fearless mentality is exactly what separates great players from simply good ones. Eala is not just grateful to be here. She wants to compete at the highest level possible, and she is making that clear to everyone.
Win or lose tomorrow, I think it's great for me to learn. Obviously, facing a player like Coco is, something people like would kill to.
The respect between Coco Gauff and Eala is mutual, profound, and it continues to grow stronger every time they share the court or the spotlight. But this is where things become truly intriguing, because not everyone is pleased with this connection. Not everyone is applauding Eala's rise and the strong bond forming between her and Coco. And that person, if you have been paying attention, is none other than Aryna Sabalenka. Sabalenka cannot stand watching Coco's continued ascent in the sport. And now, with players like Eala entering the conversation, the situation is becoming even more uncomfortable for her. Sabalenka has built her identity around dominance, around being the player who overwhelms everything in her path. And for a time that approach worked, but now the landscape is changing. Coco Gauff is not going anywhere, and in fact she is improving and building connections along the way. And players like Eala are emerging hungry, skilled, and ready to compete at every single tournament. The dominance that Sabalenka has enjoyed is being challenged from multiple angles, and she does not like it at all. The expression on her face when she witnesses this type of chemistry and cooperation forming between players like Coco and Eala tells you everything you need to know. This is no longer just competition on the court. This is a changing of the guard happening in real time, and Sabalenka knows it.
Hi everybody, it's Alex and Coco here. Thank you so much for all the support that you've been giving us this week, and hopefully in our next match, a lot of you will come out.
Now let us discuss what makes the connection between Coco Gauff and Eala so unique, because it goes far beyond fan support and press conference remarks. These two have been building something genuine together. When they both competed at the Australian Open, Coco was right there beside Eala, not only as a competitor but as a mentor, a guide, and someone truly committed to helping a younger player reach her full potential. Coco was offering advice, sharing perspective, and breaking down technical elements she has learned from years of competing at the very highest level of the sport. She was explaining the mechanics of the serve, walking Eala through the subtleties that separate a solid serve from an elite one, the kind of insights that only someone who has faced the world's best players week after week can truly provide. And Eala absorbed every bit of it. She was not passive. She was not simply nodding in agreement. She was asking questions, testing different techniques, challenging herself in real time, and the progress was clear for everyone to see. You could literally watch her serve improve during those sessions. That is remarkable. That is the type of development that takes some players months or even years to accomplish. And she was achieving it in just days because she had the right mentor and the right mindset to fully seize the opportunity. Those training sessions also offered a clear snapshot of where both players stand right now. Coco Gauff, even in practice, even when the setting is meant to be relaxed and low pressure, looks strong, precise, and commanding. She is operating at an elite level, and the gap in experience and refinement between her and Eala is still noticeable. There is no embarrassment in that. Coco is one of the best players in the world. A major champion who has proven herself on every surface and against every style of opponent. She remains ahead of Eala in several areas of the game, and that is completely natural given where each of them is on their individual journeys. But here is what makes this situation so exciting. Eala is closing that gap. She's not standing still. She has already shown significant improvement, and the proof is right there in her results. She defeated Jasmine Paolini in her most recent match, which is not something that happens unless you are playing the best tennis of your career. And right now, at this exact moment, Eala is doing just that. She is playing the best tennis of her life, and she is coming for everyone, including Coco Gauff. If they continue to train together, push one another, exchange knowledge, and feed off each other's energy, this has the potential to become one of the most thrilling partnerships and eventual rivalries in the WTA. A dangerous duo that will make every opponent think twice. What makes their partnership so powerful goes beyond raw talent. It is about contrast. Coco brings the American power game. She brings the experience of winning major titles, the mental resilience that comes from competing under the brightest lights, and the tactical intelligence that only years at the top can create. Eala brings something equally valuable, a sense of freshness, an intense hunger, and an infectious eagerness to learn that energizes every room and every court she steps onto. When those elements come together, something special happens. You get players who challenge each other to improve every single day. You create an environment where growth is not just possible, it is unavoidable. And beyond the tennis itself, beyond the statistics, the results, the rivalries, and the implications for Sabalenka's hold on the sport, what is truly heartwarming about everything unfolding right now is that Eala and Coco Gauff genuinely enjoy each other's company. This is not a fabricated storyline. This is not a publicity move designed to generate attention or sell tickets. When you watch them together, you see two young women who genuinely like each other, who deeply respect one another, who laugh between drills and celebrate each other's great shots with a level of authenticity that cannot be staged. The way they communicate on the court, the comfort and warmth between them tells the entire story. This is real friendship paired with fierce competitive drive, and that combination is one of the rarest things in professional sports. Tennis can be an isolating and unforgiving sport. It is one player against another with no teammate to share the load. But moments like this and connections like this remind us that even in an individual sport, there is space for genuine human connection, mentorship, community, and the kind of mutual support that turns contenders into champions. Sabalenka can feel the shift taking place, and the regret of not building these types of relationships, of not investing in the sports community, is becoming more visible with every tournament that passes. Meanwhile, Coco and Eala are building something that extends beyond rankings and trophies. They are creating a legacy together, and the most exciting part is that they are only just beginning.